Good morning, Sierra Vista. How's everybody doing? On the field with Jon and Jared. Want to talk about last night's games with some incredible scores.
And a special guest.
The mayor
The
of
mayor,
Sierra
are you
Vista
kidding me?
has joined us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen,
Morning.
Mayor Clea McCaa, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Jared and Jon.
This is a Buena alumni. We're going to talk about that a little bit and have some question and answer with homecoming and all that. Homecoming is in the air. It was huge atmosphere last night at Buena Loveless Stadium.
What an incredible
Just an
game.
electric time to see these kids playing. And they're playing on another level. I think they're getting to that level of who's going to stop us. They're almost getting to that. They have so much speed. There's so much excitement on the sidelines.
And energy.
There's just everything going on in that program right now is where it needs to be.
It's where it needs to be. I mean, I was wanting to get out.
Right? It's like
two alumni wanting to get out there and just get out there and fight with the kids.
One more chance.
Put
that helmet.
Coach,
pull him.
put me in, Coach. Put me in.
Coach Thomas, you heard it. He wants time next week. Work him into the rotation. Even if he's a third stringer in the fourth quarter, whatever.
Hey.
Something.
What position did you play?
I play wide receiver.
Wow, you're a burner.
Number?
Yeah. 84.
84. And he was class of 84.
Class of 84.
Oh,
Yes.
that's incredible.
Yep.
So you're catching a lot of deep balls, or did they have you run a lot of short stuff?
Yeah, I was through the middle.
Okay.
I was sure hands in the middle, catch it, get hit.
Oh, man.
He was the one that ran that post, and then all those safeties tried to come up and do something.
Back in those days, those
This guy-
people were knocking.
They was locking heads and taking helmets off.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, you graduated in 84. I graduated in 97. You graduated in 96. So,
96.
we have
40
about
years this year.
40
years
years,
this
yeah.
year for this
So, this
guy.
is your 40-year.
40 years. Yes,
Did you guys
sir.
have a reunion yet?
No, we didn't have a reunion.
Oh, man.
No, not yet.
They'll coming out here pretty soon.
They're coming out.
We always did ours at the end of the year. I never went to a reunion, but
We always did ours in the summer.
That'd be a nice way
We
to
did it
do
in
it.
the summer.
Well, we haven't. Well, I think we did a 30 year. It was at the end of the year too. It's like Christmas time. Everybody got together because everybody was home. So,
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
So sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. I'm waiting for our 50th year.
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge one.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be a huge one for sure.
Big, huge one. Big, huge one.
So that I think Moselle was 1 year before you.
No, he graduated with me.
You. Okay.
Yep. Moselle,
Williams,
Mike Stone.
Mike Stone,
J.R. Fry. That dude was.
Are you kidding me?
No.
J.R. Fry.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that guy scares
Don
me.
Fry.
Don Fry.
Wow.
I didn't call him
Actual-
Donald because I was scared of him.
Right? You may get that eye up. It's like, oh boy.
UFC Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
Don Fry.
Yes, sir.
This guy played with him. Oh,
Yes,
my
sir.
God. I tell people all the time, I played against some big dudes too, but I didn't play against a UFC fighter. I played against like some Pac-10 football players, but like Don Fry would have actually scared me to death.
Yeah, during practices, I used to come across the middle and just be scared because he's there.
Linebacker, middle linebacker.
Oh, yeah,
Easily.
of course.
Oh, yeah.
I totally could see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did...
I purposely didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
You want to hit me? Yeah, seriously.
Exactly, right?
Did you ever return kicks at all or
No,
punts?
I didn't return kicks. That was Mr. Wyatt, I think it was. Yeah, big, tall, slinky guy. I think his name Ryan Wyatt. And he returned. He was a pretty good kick returner. Him and Moselle.
How did you guys finish the season? What was your guys'
Our
record?
last it was 7-3. We went to regionals, played Mountain View, got beat 35-3, I think it was.
Man.
Mountain View was a powerhouse back then.
Mountain View was a powerhouse. Yeah, I remember Coach Truman Williamson. He played Eye of the Tiger. When we went out on the airfield.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's an idea for next week. Playing the Miranda Tigers. Speaking of, we'll have to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So I played against in Battleground. One of the teams we played against, they were Battleground Tigers, and they played "Eye of the Tiger." And I can't tell you how bad we beat them every time they played that song. We got so pumped. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking of that song.
Just comes right back.
We would come back. We were like, they're playing that for us, and they would do the slow drum beat like that boom, boom, and then they go. Oh man, dude, we'd come out, our hair was on fire. They were wondering why they wouldn't win state, that Battleground team. Was because they were playing that music for us, and we would beat the snot out of them. You're pumping us up.
I'm talking about, Joe.
Wow.
Love seeing this guy get fired.
Yes.
Good stuff. So let's talk about a couple scores here in the southern Arizona area.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about, and then we'll get into some other questions. So, Marine Academy.
Well, we didn't go over the score for Buena.
Oh, let's
70.
Highlight of the night, 70 spot.
Yeah, they put up
Desert View.
40 points.
0 on the other side of the scoreboard.
41 points in the first half was incredible. They had a running clock. They scored 3 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes of the first half. Yeah, it was so insane. I mean, it was a running play. They had I want to say they had a pick 6 at one point.
Yep. TJ Walker.
TJ's, he had a huge
coming
game.
off of, he's fired up. I don't know if you remember at Casa Grande in our post-game interview, he was going to Central Michigan.
Yes,
visit.
He was going on a visit.
He went to Central Michigan University on a visit.
Oh.
So he came in fired up to homecoming. After probably getting seeing all the big glitz and glamour of a Division I school, and he's like, "Oh man, this is what I want to see."
Got to play hard,
and just got that intensity, probably get that adrenaline pumping. And man, he was. I mean, how about that scoop tackle?
Yeah, picked him up and then drilled him into the ground.
WWE style.
Picture of that.
I can't wait. And by the way, you guys, I don't know if you have you have a separate Facebook page for your
Big Sports Photography.
That's what it was. So Spick Sports Photography. Check it out. He always have including being the mayor. This man is on the sidelines, on the court, doing everything for our youth and our community.
Yes, sir.
Just that's one of his main focuses, and I just love that about him. And
thank you, sir.
That's just what we're trying to do things and get things going for the youth in this area. But man. 70 points.
70 points.
And I think that's the third time we've come close to 70 this season.
66.
68 at Betty Fairfax.
66
at Casa Grande.
Yeah, Casa Grande.
58 at Pueblo.
Yeah, that's who this was.
And
so they're averaging at least 60 points a game. Is that what we're up to? Yeah. Averaging 60 points a game? Okay, so
wow.
I'm going to have to go into the state records and see if anybody's ever had 3 70-yard rushing touchdowns.
No way.
The reverse from TJ Walker, the one with Scrappy went long. Actually, I felt like everybody had a really long game. I can't tell you who the third person was.
Nash surprised himself.
Oh, Nash! Oh gosh, that's what it was. It was that
comes around.
It's classic.
He's doing this.
Classic NFL. Yo, go block him. Go hit him.
I was
gets the lane and see you later.
As soon as I saw him with a little bit of open room, I started praying. I'm like, okay, no blocks in the back, no clips,
that's
no
the first thing I was looking for.
Holding.
Flags.
Yeah.
And to top that off, and you'll hear it first right here on Facebook. Nash was at 13-12 in passing yardage last night.
13-12.
Had a passing touchdown to Jaden Thomas that sent him way over that record. So now Nash Moore currently is the record holder of single-season passing yardage in the single season. He's over 1,400 yards now.
Great job,
and so congratulations, Nash. We had you on the show a few weeks ago. Congratulations again. You got to keep going. We'll talk about next week here in a second. But let's set up these other scores real quick. So Marine Academy goes into superstition and just pulverizes.
How much they give them?
51-8.
Oh, they're
getting that swagger back.
Yeah, so they're state
and they
champions
had to move up
last
to
year.
2 different divisions.
Yeah, they went up 2 divisions, and they're still beating people up.
So hats off to Coach Hampton. Hampton, and you keep doing your thing, man. Blue collar all the way. As you know, you and I know what that means. So, Bisbee stays home and tears up Tanque Verde. They had homecoming last night, too, so hats off to the Pumas for winning homecoming, beats Tanque Verde.
I heard they got a nasty quarterback.
Oh, Sebastian Lopez.
Yeah,
is the real deal.
Yeah, that kid is talented.
He's got state records going on. Just keeps rattling them off every week.
What?
Yeah, just doing amazing stuff.
A lot of fun to watch him play. He's a very quick quarterback.
Of course, we already heard Buena 70-0 against Desert View. Douglas goes down to Rio Rico, smacks him in the mouth, 41-3. St. David lets Desert Christian come in from, I don't believe they're from Scottsdale. Didn't matter. They came in. St. David says, we're just going to put a 66 spot on you and see if you can score on us. They scored twice on them.
Cochise County looking strong this week.
And that's eight-man football, so that's 8-man football with Breen as well. Valley Union had a rough night. Not coming on the receiving end of a win, and Superior beat them 46-16.
Okay.
And Tombstone has Santa Rita come in. Now, Santa Rita, when you were playing, probably was about 3A, 4A school.
Yeah, there was 4A.
So they were 5A when I played them.
Oh,
we're down to 2A now.
They're down to 2A.
And there's it's just a sad thing seeing that school just dissipate. But if you think about it, that's right on the edge of Micah Mountain.
That's true.
Empire, Cienega.
Yep.
So everybody's heading east, out to
you're right.
there to the East Valley of Tucson, we'll call it, and it's just those kids don't go.
Because they was a good powerhouse back in the late 80s.
Yeah, they were really good. So, Tombstone beats Santa Rita 56-0. Running clock at halftime.
Gosh.
Two. And last but not least, the Cowboys of Wilcox.
How'd they do?
50-8 over the Palo Verde Titans. Another 4A school you used to play against. See? So I'm saying it's just...
So Cochise County only lost one game last night.
Yeah. So hats off to all the Cochise County teams. Great job. Keep your hard work up. Doing all you need to do. Keep it up in the classroom as well. And, that's what comes first. You're a student, then athlete. Yep. So that always is preached at my school where I'm at. So... that's a big thing we're always up against sometimes, and we got to make sure you guys stay focused in the academic area.
Yeah, it really helps. It totally does. You think that you're just there for babysitting or something like that, but I swear if you lock in and put your mind to it, it's going to help you in the long run. I didn't learn to read and write until I was in high school. I got it, but reading, writing, believe it or not, some of the most important things in your entire life. Anyway, we can move on to college football.
Well, let's I wanted to give couple questions with Mayor before we move on into that. So let's talk about a 40-year difference. Talk about what homecoming looked like in 1984 in Sierra Vista versus now.
Well,
let's go back.
Let's go back 40 years.
Let's go back 40 years.
So homecoming was totally different. As you know, we was down here.
Right up the street here.
Was at Valero. And we actually had a homecoming parade where we walked from I think it was 7th Street.
7th Street.
We walked from 7th Street, homecoming parade, football team was there, band. It was almost
floats for each class.
Folks for each
class had a float.
9th, 10th, 11th. And it was a big parade. And we did it. We shut down the streets, everything. And it happened on that Friday. Got out of school early. Miss Young, you can get out. No, I'm sorry.
We can talk about it. We'll work on it.
So we got out of school early. Had the floats. Had the parade. And the parade would move into the gym. Was out here on
where Valero is.
Yeah, where Valero
gas station is.
Yeah.
So the parade would stop there, and we would just go right into the football game. I mean, it was. Oh yeah. It was.
Go get their gear on, go out, warm up, and go.
There's got to be video of that somewhere. That looks so. That sounds just mind blowing.
It was before VHS, so I don't know.
True. So find some beta beta film out there. Buena football in 1980s.
Yep. And we did this every year. Floats.
What a tradition! That's so beautiful.
Man, it was amazing. It was amazing. And now looking back on it, I treasured that because it was camaraderie. And we walked together. We did everything together. We fought together. That was the old days of Amphi and Sunnyside. Sunnyside was our worst fight. Well, you know that for sure.
We had some bad ones with Amphi.
But we were a unit, and just homecoming was just amazing. It was.
Who'd you play for homecoming your senior year?
Say again.
Who'd you play for your senior year?
It was. I think it was Amphi.
Did you beat him?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I got to go back and look at it.
That was the battle. Though.
They didn't schedule Rinky. Everybody was good back then.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like
we played Douglas my senior year. It was 29-0, but we just had that stellar of a team.
Yeah.
Going into that team in '96, we were eight in the state. Had Sergio Romo.
Yes.
Sergio Romo was running the ball for us, and we were just.
Oh man.
But that was right before the meat of the schedule, our playoffs, and so we went into South Point that next week and lost by 7 to them, and that was the game of the week in Tucson. Everybody was there. It was like every KG9, KLD, all of them, KBOA were all there. Like all of the sports guys we see on TV back when I was playing, I was like, man, they're all here. This is great. And we were back and forth, and we ran a dive up the middle at South Point, and I'm laying across the goal line. So I'm on the bottom of the pond. I'm looking up, and Sergio goes over, puts the ball over the goal. So as soon as you hit you cross the plane, it's touchdown. I'm looking at refs, and they're not putting their arms up, and then the ball gets fumbled in the pile. Oh, no. They give it to South Point. I'm like, how much money you got in your pocket, ref? He goes, get to your sideline. Like, come on, man. You saw the guy break the plane, but
I'm reading something on the screen that says, bring it back. Bring back that parade.
Yes.
Oh, bring it back.
Do you really need to try to see
this young.
What? There's enough pride here in
Yes, I think that, and I was just going to say, leading into that, coming 40 years down the road, I think that passion, that love for Buena sports and Buena and the school spirit is way up.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to try and talk to that student council director and that the principals and get everybody. It's like, hey, even if we have to start it from Walmart and go down to Charleston and line the street and go and just close that off.
There's probably
it's an hour of closing at the most.
Yeah.
There's probably
But we used to come, like you said, from 7th Street down to Buena.
We could find a different road to do it on too. Yeah. It doesn't need to be on.
It'll work. We could go Julio Caesar straight in. It'll work.
That could be fun around that and go back to the school.
Yeah, just go straight up to the front entrance.
That sounds like fun.
We'll work on it, folks. We'll work on it.
We got a lot of
fun.
So
it was a lot of fun. What I enjoyed, we had a kick with real quick before we get into college because we'll get in there, but. My senior year, we had a young lady named Kelly Newell. She had a white horse. She was into rodeo and all that stuff. His name was Bull, and he was our mascot, live mascot on the sideline.
Are you serious?
She would bring him into Loveless, put him on the track, and she would just walking back and forth as soon as we scored our first touchdown. Full sprint, full out, galloping, and the ground's shaking. You're like, what's going on? And then Bull's running full speed, and then she rears him up, pulls him up in the air. He does this, it's kicking, and he turns him around, full sprint back down the sideline, rears him up again. And she taught him a lot of different things, like he could bow, like she would tap his front leg, and he'd come down to the ground and bow to the horse. It was so amazing.
That is cool.
And we would go up to him and give him all the love after because I think we were undefeated at home that year. And CDO got us last second. That was a hard one to swallow. But
I read something. They said we can't go on Fry.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Too many potholes.
He's working on it.
I didn't say it. I read that right there.
I was working on it last week.
Yeah,
You are working on it.
You do.
Dude, there's
You're
so
doing
much
some
that
things.
looks good out here.
Thank you, sir.
That intersection, I fell into that intersection.
Yeah,
Now it's looking great. So
Don't get there.
Director of Transportation last week.
All right.
Man.
So we'll have to, maybe that'll be a different show someday.
Well,
Yes, sir. Yes.
bless you
Time.
for doing that, though.
So
So-
let's talk about college.
Who's playing right now?
We got Arizona State. Tempe Tech is what we usually call them up here. I'm just saying that because
Oh, man.
I'm going to U of A in about 2 hours to watch the real game of the week.
Oh,
I
come
think
on.
Arizona
Arizona
versus
State.
the Buffaloes.
They play in Cincinnati.
True.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
And
So
dude,
far, I think it's 0-0.
It's 7-7.
Oh, we're okay.
Yeah.
So we're knotted up. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, it'll update in a second. Yeah,
Oh, it's right here. Okay.
7-7 Cincinnati. So Arizona State, Cincinnati. 5 minutes into the first, or 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So
You know that the energy that young coach brings at ASU is just
Yes.
all what's happening.
very
And then you resonate that into the team, and the team's just picking up on it. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Scattaboo, that running back,
What a name.
Bo Scattaboo,
What a name.
just tearing it up right now. And I remember seeing him play a little bit in his high school career, and I'm like, this guy's special. He's going to do something. I think he is local from the valley up
The
there.
Valley, okay.
We also got Colorado playing Arizona later today.
I'll be there.
Yep, you'll be watching
Section
that one.
14, right next to the Buffaloes.
Who do you think? Who's gonna?
Homecoming.
Oh,
it's
Arizona.
Homecoming, Arizona. They got the classic Arizona logo on the helmet,
the helmet
with the cactus.
Yeah.
So the classic, they're bringing back some of the classic. Khalil Tate, former quarterback at U of A, was honorary captain.
Okay.
So lots of good energy is going to be in that stadium. I think it is sold out, from what I heard.
It's a day game.
Sold out, 1 o'clock, FS1. I think it's the high noon game, but actually, so it might be on FS1 for the high noon game. But a lot of energy. There's a lot of good talent in that team.
Oh, man.
You gotta think that. I can't wait to see T-Mac and Travis Hunter go at it.
I know. It's going to be such a
And
fun game.
So
Yeah.
Travis Hunter. Oh, my gosh. That guy's a beast. He's going to go in the top 5.
Shador Sanders,
Shador, too.
the other Sanders brother that's on the other side of the ball,
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Yeah.
So he's, there's going to be some big things happening.
So, yeah, that's going to Colorado. Fun game.
Just like last year, I think we're going to pull it off with a field goal.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got Tyler Loop, who's probably the highest rated
Okay.
kicker in the country. He'll go. He might go.
So
he
he-
might be a first round
So
kicker,
he'll
second
be
round
clutch.
kicker.
Oh, man. You
So he'll be
remember the
clutch today.
last time we had a first-round kicker?
Zendejas.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
I was about to say this
Yep.
guy knows. He's an Arizona
Zendejas.
Athletics too.
Wow.
Played against some young
Knew that.
Yes.
Got a foot and a half.
Where'd he go to high school? That was a Pueblo kid.
He was
right?
a Pueblo kid.
Pueblo.
And did
Yeah,
he
I
play
remember
any
this.
other positions?
Who? Zendejas?
Yeah.
No, it was just kicker.
Okay, so I was telling Jared about I played against a guy that went pro. He what was his name? He played at Mountain View High School. Lindell. He played for the Seahawks. 250-pound kicker, played linebacker at Mountain View High School. Oh my gosh.
Janikowski.
He was
Janikowski.
he was a real linebacker. Like the guy he played.
He could kick.
Yeah, oh man, he could kick. He went pro. He played for the Seahawks. So like.
Wow.
But I mean, he was a big boot guy. He wasn't very accurate. Oh, I mean, shoot, he's more accurate than anybody I've ever met. But still, like for a pro, he lasted 10 years.
Oh, we got an upset alert already. Looking like
Who that?
so far, Louisville's up on Miami.
Whoa, well, that's not
7-3.
gonna last. That's not gonna last.
True. I mean,
I think Miami's the only real deal that I've been seeing coming up into the top 10 because there's been a lot of like. There's been a lot of turmoil in the top 10 recently. Of course, we saw Alabama lose. We saw who else?
Yeah.
Texas. Texas is the number one.
Roll Tide over
Roll
here.
Tide.
I'm a big Derek Thomas fan, so I'm
you
right
are?
there with you. Yeah, Derek
Excellent.
Thomas, all those Alabama guys. I love them going all the way back. So Miami, Louisville. So Louisville. Oh, Miami just took the lead, 9-7 over Louisville.
Touchdown.
Alabama's playing Missouri. Missouri lost
Who?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Auburn.
Auburn, I'm sorry.
No, the big game of the night.
Michigan, Illinois, dude.
Right here.
Alabama.
Oh yeah,
Tennessee,
Alabama, Tennessee. That's good.
I don't know what I was sitting around last night after the game on that, just coming down off of that high from the homecoming, and
it was awesome.
And watching a TikTok, the person was filming the Alabama buses pulling into Chattanooga. 8 buses deep.
Yeah.
They came in. I'm like, gosh, what kind of outfit?
They bringing the whole. What?
I don't know if it was like a Rooter bus and cheerleaders and band and there was a ton of folks coming into Tennessee today.
The pads though, the pad bags.
True. Well, that comes on a truck.
Oh, they get it.
18-wheeler.
So where I played, we always had
Come on, man, it's Alabama.
it comes in on a truck.
Yeah,
it comes in.
So that's going to be a great one to watch later tonight.
I think this one's going to be a fun game to watch too. Michigan versus Illinois.
Great. Great teams for sure.
Yes, God bless you. Derek Thomas, that all-time favorite player.
Michigan's
I'm right there with it.
Yeah, they're just
they lost that game against
Texas.
Texas, that's right.
Yep.
Texas, another one big tonight.
Dude,
Georgia,
is so
Georgia,
good.
Texas. That's going to be.
I think Georgia gonna get them.
Do you think so?
I think we might
Georgia
see.
gonna get them.
I think we might. They're angry.
Yeah.
From
and that
last
defense
week.
is by far the best defense that they've ever come across.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point. So if someone knocks out yours, because I want to see Manning play, they're saying he might not play.
Arch goes.
Yeah, they're saying he's probably going to go pro this year now. He's not even going to wait for a year to play. That's how well he played in his 2.5 games, is that he's probably going to go. He had something like, he accounted for something like 11 or 13 touchdowns in the 2.5 games that he played. So either threw or ran. Yeah, he's a beast.
Wow.
So I hope he sticks around. I would love
deep.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure does.
Of course. And to me, what I've seen in Arch already, nothing against Peyton and Eli, but Arch
he's an athlete.
Is a spitting image of his grandfather.
Yes.
Really?
That's what I mean, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Arch is just going to happen. I think there's so much tied into that kid.
And his dad actually played wide receiver. Yeah. He's not the son of either Eli or Peyton.
He's the youngest or
oldest
brother.
He had spinal stenosis in his
never
neck,
could play.
So he couldn't play. But he was they said he was the best of all the sons. They said he was the best athlete out of all of them. So his son goes and plays quarterback, and he runs like a wide receiver. Holy smokes. Oh, the legend, Pastor McCaa, Roll Tide. All right,
man, I love it.
Roll Tide.
We got some great people in the chat today.
It's fun.
Okay, let's go over the rest of the games. We also got Indiana, Nebraska. So Nebraska is getting beat by Indiana 7-0.
Indiana's a sleeper in the Big Ten.
100% agree, and I also think. So then we got Rutgers versus UCLA. I think UCLA takes that one, but Rutgers is looking really, really good.
Just ended the first quarter, tied up at 7.
Okay, 7-7. We also got Virginia and Clemson. I think it's probably going to be Clemson, but Virginia's been having kind of like this high and low season, so they could come out and strike anybody.
I think Clemson will end up with the stamina in that game.
Do you have any favorite games that you're seeing up here that you want?
Well, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that.
Arizona, Colorado. Only because I think Arizona's going to come out victorious.
Well, here's the thing. I saw a lot of negativity early in the week after our loss to BYU, and everybody's like, oh, here we go, the same old thing. They bring in a mediocre coach, and they bring in this. And I left a comment on that website. I said, look, there's another wide receiver that needs to step up for T-Mac to take the pressure off of T-Mac so T-Mac can start getting back into the mix. Yeah. No one's really stepping up. There's a couple that are trying to, but they need to do that. We're down to the second string in our secondary.
Yeah.
Because we're hurt so much. We had a kid blow his knee out at BYU, or not even BYU, at the Utah game. And then we had another guy go down, and he'll be back hopefully today, Maldonado from Chandler. But we were 3-2 this time last year, and guess what happened?
Oh, yeah.
We went 7-0.
Yeah, on the way out.
So we won out and got to a bowl and beat the snot out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I did.
So I think that there's still a lot of that fire left in that team. Yes, that some of those guys went up to Sorry, John, UW, and with Jed Fish, the snake. And sorry, I am a little bit animated.
This guy's never played for multiple teams before. So.
No, I know, but still, just to see those guys come back and stay, and I think they're going to stay through their course of their careers.
Yeah.
And that says a lot for what Brett Brennan's going to do with that program. Absolutely. I think they're going to bounce back and have a huge win against Dion today.
They're also keeping. I think they're going to win too, and I also think that Arizona as a whole, Arizona and Arizona State, is doing a better job of recruiting than they used to, which is hard to believe because they were in the Pac-12 before, and now they're recruiting even better. They're recruiting. Yeah. I mean, they're getting all the Arizona kids. Every young kid that plays here in Arizona that could go on to another school is looking at Arizona number one, and that to me makes my heart feel good because keeping the kids local,
keep them there,
do it, yeah.
And that's what Brett Brennan's going to be doing a lot of, I think, in the off season.
We have awesome talent,
dude. We got so much talent. Just Cochise County, and then Tucson, and then up in Phoenix.
Look at our current fullback right now for U of A, Luke from CDO, won state championship, player of the year in 4A. Signs with U of A, and he's right in the fold. He's going in like 20% of the game, and he's a fullback on third down, third and short. They put that big double tight end set in. With him, and he runs right into it, and you see this huge explosion, and then there's a hole, and Conley's running right through it and getting 20-yard gains.
I love 13-man football when you get these giants. Like you put tight ends. I prefer my wide receivers to look like tight ends, honestly. Mayor McCaa is my kind of wide receiver. I'm sure you're quite a bit faster.
Yeah, we're a little wider.
Yeah, but you're a tall guy. You're a big dude. Like this is the kind of guy I like seeing as a wide receiver. I would just rather be throwing to big dudes with good hands.
Oh yeah, yes. Catch it as the highest point.
Yeah, exactly. High point that baby. Lead. So we're moving into NFL now. Okay. We're going into tomorrow's game. So first game, I'm going to go for my Seahawks. God bless them. So Seahawks, the 10 a.m. game versus the Atlanta Falcons. 3 point. Yeah, 3-point game, and they're projecting Atlanta to win that one. I'm still taking Seattle because I think that defense is just insane. But I know you guys are from Arizona, so I don't expect any love.
The Seahawks they're okay.
Seahawks are doing okay.
I love Geno Smith. He is the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. I'm a Mahomes guy, but Geno Smith, if I'm running 70 yards down the field, I want Geno throwing that perfect. He doesn't throw anything but perfect balls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's not too much wiggle in those balls.
I don't think I've ever seen him throw a duck.
Atlanta's coming off that good win, though.
That's true, and they got Robinson, and they got. They're stacked with talent.
Tucson's own. Mm-hmm. South Point,
Bijan Robinson, baby.
You and Jared are sharing the same brain when it comes to talking football. These two guys, I swear, Jared just goes on about Arizona football. I go on about Washington football and we're not in Washington, so it's
He always likes to talk about altitude.
Altitude training. If I grew up in altitude like this, I would be a far better athlete.
I'm telling you.
It does help us.
It makes a difference.
It does help us when we go to these other places. We go up to the valley. We got so much more oxygen capacity. And these kids they can't keep up with us.
Run all day.
There is no second half. It's first half and then they're playing first half again. Those kids barely get tired. It's so much fun to watch. Okay, second game.
How are the Niners picked to beat the Chiefs?
I love it, though. Playing from behind, Mahomes has never lost a game that he is projected to lose. So he has been an 11-point an underdog 11 times in his career, only 11 times, and he's won every single game. That goes back to that Super Bowl versus the Niners, that first one with the Niners, not this last one.
Yeah, Chiefs.
I mean, the Chiefs are the best football team in the world, but I'm saying that I'm saying that not to like brag, but like if I had to bet everything that I owned on one game to play one team against any other team in the world, I'm putting all my money on the Chiefs. the great coaching.
Man.
They're stacked across the board.
I'm telling you, Andy Reid is he's matter of fact, he was one of our coaches at NAU when I went there. When I played there in 1986.
Wow.
Yeah, Andy Reid. He was coaching. Offensive line, and I'm telling you, this dude, amazing.
So
amazing.
Did you play for Jerome Sauer?
No, Larry Quintero.
Larry. Okay.
Yep, Larry Quintero.
Wow. I don't know when Jerome got there, but
Yes, sir.
he was there for a long time.
Yeah.
At NDU.
So he's
lumberjack. Right?
So he's a smart guy, like Andy Reid. Was there anything that you noticed about? I mean, you could recognize that he was probably pretty smart. What else stood out about him, or was there anything that you'd say?
All about business.
All business.
Yeah,
okay.
all business. Never late for a meeting. 100% on the field. 100% in the classroom. If you don't do your job, next man up.
I love that. So he was doing that through his entire life.
He's done it the whole career.
And he's coached with the Niners. He's coached with the Green Bay Packers. He's coached with everybody.
Eagles.
And he's he was a head coach there. He took him to the Super Bowl with McNabb.
Yep. Sure enough.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Oh man, I love McNabb is one of my all-time favorites. Again, but I was an Eagles fan when I was a child because of Reggie White. Well, it was Reggie White number one, Randall,
too.
and Seth Joyner.
Oh, Seth Joyner.
Yeah, that guy played safety. Can you believe a guy that should have probably played defensive end was playing safety in the 80s? The guy, he was like a Hulk. He was like my favorite player of the 2000s was Jerome Harrison. Seth Joyner was probably my favorite from the 80s. It's not. Yeah.
That person moving that fast.
From the Steelers.
Yeah, James Harrison was the scariest guy I think I've ever.
Look at you and you're like, okay, sir, sorry. I'll keep my head down. Oh, man.
So next,
we'll go with the Chiefs on that one.
Okay.
I'll go with the Chiefs.
How do you feel, Coach?
I'm cheaping.
How do you guys feel about the Seahawks versus Falcons?
Falcons.
I'm pulling for NFC South.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
Falcons all day.
So I'm Seahawks, Chiefs, Patriots versus Jaguars. Now this one is being played again in six. Is the home team is
it in London?
Yes, it's in London again for the Jags. They played twice this year in London.
I was gonna say they just got back.
I know. That might as well be their home field as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's true.
So it's an away game for both teams, I guess. But Jags are projected by 6 points. So where do you guys sit on that one? Personally, I'm gonna take the Jaguars because I'm a believer in Lawrence. I think if you put him on a different team, I think if you put him behind the Ravens, he would be a stud. I think if you put him on I think you put him on any other team. I love him.
True.
Can't remember his first name.
You got a good point.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Clemson.
So if I'm matching those two quarterbacks up, it's Drake May versus Trevor Lawrence, rookie quarterback versus the third year. You know, he's been to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, but Jags good.
Yeah,
you did. That's a good pick.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, Jags will have to pull that one off.
Yeah.
After that, we got the Bills and the Titans. That's a fun one. I think that's So Bills are projected to win by a lot. I'm taking the Titans. I know. So this is what I do.
Sorry, I'm a Josh Allen fan.
Josh Allen's
I'm all about Josh.
Sorry, Coach Thomas. I got to go with the Bills.
2 Bills and a Tennessee Titan. I don't expect Levis to play very well, but I do think that they are just. I just think something's going to happen. It's just I don't have any good idea to back it up. Dolphins versus Colts.
What happened to the Dolphins this year?
Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, he's out for the season.
He's out for 8 weeks.
They've got no backups. And you see what the Chiefs did is they brought in Carson Wentz, a former Pro Bowl quarterback, as their backup. And that guy, I would bring in Minshew. If I was an NFL coach, I would bring in Minshew, or I'd bring in Brissett is a great starting worthy quarterback. You should have a starter in your backup is the way I'm looking at it. And there's guys that are sitting.
Fact right there.
Yeah, they're not doing anything without him.
So I got to go with
Indy.
Indy with Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe Flacco. And I think Richardson's going to start the game, but every time they get in trouble, Grandpa Joe jumps in and saves the day. I love that.
Got that gray beard going and just going off.
I'm gonna take Indy. It's a home game for Indy. Yeah, and that Buffalo Bills game is a home game, so I'm double.
Starting to get cold up in Buffalo. Yeah, it's hard.
Now this is the best game of the week: Vikings versus Lions. Ooh. Undefeated versus a one loss. Both NFC North. So it's a division game. This is the biggest division game that they're going to probably see all year. And it's in Minnesota. So who are you taking?
So here's my thing. I think the emotion carried over from losing Aiden.
Yeah.
You lost Aiden for the season.
Oh, my God.
Aiden Hutchinson, and they're going to carry that over. We're going to play for Aiden. We're going to do whatever it takes to win for him. You know, just make it one of those kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
But they lost that edge rusher.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do?
At the same time, so I don't know if
Darnold doesn't have anybody rushing him like that.
Mm-mm.
But I'll say this. Minnesota Vikings, their defensive coach runs the craziest blitzes. And I love his defense. He sends the
Zimmer.
No. The guy who?
Sorry, it used to be.
Yeah, it's he was with the Steelers. He was the head coach for the Miami Dolphins before. What was that guy's name? He got fired. Oh shoot.
Flores?
Yes, Brian Flores.
Brian
He's
Flores.
the defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And I think he's the best. I'm a Spagnuolo guy, but if I'm going to run somebody else, it's probably Flores. Okay. So
I'm going to go with the Lions.
I'm going to take the Vikings. It's a home game.
With the Lions. It's an emotional game.
It sure is.
They're running the ball very well now, too.
Oh, I mean, they've got the better quarterback. They've got Goff. Minnesota Vikings has Darnold, who's been playing well, but the last game he didn't play that great. I mean, he's okay, but it just goes to show you can kind of game manage even in the pros.
It might be like a 41-42 kind of game. We'll see.
I think this is going to be a fun game, too. Browns versus Bengals. I don't think either of them are studs,
the toilet bowl of Cleveland versus Cincinnati. Sorry, but any Bengals or Browns fans out there, my apologies, but they're just not at the caliber they should be. I think there's something going on internally that we're not going to hear about for a long time in Cincinnati, but there's something going on there. It's just taking forever.
I'm taking Cincinnati because it's Burrow. I don't like the Bengals, but I think Burrow's the better quarterback, and I think what's happening is that offense is falling apart. They got 3 receivers that are waiting for contracts, and they're all fighting. Like Jamar Chase didn't show up until the very first game. T. Higgins is playing without a contract. They got all these guys that are like, it's like internal turmoil and that kind of stuff.
It's probably the head office kind of thing.
Yeah, and you're talking about like guys that aren't playing for each other because they're not getting the paycheck. That's the heartbreaking thing. Yeah. So Browns versus Bengals, man. Like who are you taking?
I'm going Bengals.
I'm taking Bengals.
I like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's getting into a groove.
I can't go against my Browns. I gotta go with the Browns.
I think that's so cool. You're a Browns fan.
Yes. Die hard.
I was looking. I'll talk about this in a minute. I was looking at the teams that have the best winning percentage in the. So there's a team that has a Super Bowl win or a championship every 100 games, and there's a team that has a Super Bowl win every 900 games, and then there's 3 teams that haven't won any Super Bowls, period.
And that's Cleveland.
Yeah, so it's Cleveland Browns and it's the Seahawks. Actually, the Browns are better than the Seahawks. They and I want to say the Buccaneers were the other one Super Bowl apiece. Anyway,
we got 2.
Well, but Seahawks got won that Super Bowl, but they did that interception at the.
I know, at the goal line, ripping my hair out.
When you have a 240-pound beast,
Marshawn Lynch. I still believe Marshawn Lynch.
Everybody, I mean,
everybody in the stadium knew it was going to.
Yeah. Should have.
Stevie Wonder would have been, hey, give the ball to Lynch.
Yeah, he could have pushed it anyway. Years ago. So Texans versus Packers.
Ooh.
Packers are projected to win this one.
It all depends on what kind of Jordan Love you get.
Yep, there you go.
I'm taking Houston in this one.
Yeah.
Are you taking Houston? I think Yeah.
I like the Packers. It's at home for the Packers. You're expecting them to win, but Tennessee the Texans, Houston Texans, their defense is solidified,
Yep.
and I really like what they're doing on offense. They may not have a ton of wins, but everything's been pretty close for them. So
I'll go with the Texans on that one.
I'm going with the Texans as well.
yeah. Okay, so 3 of us on the Texans.
NFC East.
Eagles and the Giants.
Eagles, Giants.
I'm definitely taking the Eagles in this one.
Eagles
Dominating right now.
I'm not
They
in love
dominate
with-
the line of scrimmage in that game for sure.
I'm just not seeing anything that the Giants do that I like. I mean, they've won a game, but Commanders versus Panthers. Wow, 9-point spread. Are you kidding me?
I'm sticking with the rookie.
Yeah,
I
the
love
rookie.
Jaden Daniels right now. He's
Jaden
really
Daniels.
tearing it up, and Dan Quinn's got a special thing going with that team.
Yeah.
and that's a home game. in
Panthers are good, but
Washington.
they're getting better, but they're not where they need to be.
Dalton is the quarterback now, and I'm a big believer in both Grandpa Joe Flacco and Grandpa Dalton too. So I like
Orange
the
Frog's
Panthers.
finest.
I think I got to
Play
take the
for the
Washington.
Orange Frogs.
I think
Oh,
I got to
yeah.
take Washington. on
Remember
this
when he
one.
played
Yeah,
with
he was
TCU?
great.
Stuff.
He probably. I think LaDainian was before his time, probably by 5
Couple years.
Anyway,
Ooh.
Raiders versus Rams.
Oh. At the Rams.
Dude, I'm taking the Raiders in this one. I know that the Rams are projected by 7 points to win that game. I'm taking the Raiders.
Word is, I'm hearing a little bit more rumble that
Could be the end.
Cooper,
They just traded Devontae Adams.
what's his name, got, no, you're talking
Cooper Cup.
Cooper might be playing this week.
Really? Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp's coming
He
back.
might come, and then the next week you might see Puka
And
back. So
and Stafford's playing, huh?
yeah,
Okay, well, against the
I
Raiders.
say the
yeah,
Rams. The Rams
yeah.
are going to pull it off.
Yeah, the Rams.
Minshew's not. Gonna
He's not
be
the
able to
quarterback
do-
right now. He's not even the starter.
Who's playing?
It's I can't remember. They didn't start him though.
The Dan Bonducci from the Cowboys. They had that Bonducci song.
I'm going with the Raiders on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and the mayor are gonna take the
Okay.
tough one
That's
on
why
that
we
one.
do these things.
And then Jets and Steelers.
Whoa.
Oh.
I like the Steelers.
Devontae has arrived in New York.
Oh shoot! Yeah, it's
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams is a Jet now. Yeah, so it's
Ooh.
Rodgers and Devontae against the Steelers, who are going to be starting Wilson.
Russell
this
Wilson.
week.
And Rodgers, he left doing that long ball.
I know. He threw a Hail
Yeah,
Mary,
what?
completed it
Did it again.
again.
Did it
I don't
again.
know how that dude does it.
Oh.
It's not something you can be good at. Like you're throwing the ball as far as you can. You can just hope that 5 guys. It's
And
gonna.
they got the Jets.
Yes, Jets and
Ooh.
Steelers, man.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say that the Steelers pull the upset with a field goal because
It's a home game in Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, just the momentum with. I think people are going to be fired up for Russell. They get
Yeah.
to see Russell now.
I'm taking the
But
Jets.
I was a Justin Fields guy, so I'm kind of bummed
Yeah.
that Tomlin made that decision. It's like, come on, Mike. But
Stick
we'll
with
see.
the hot hand.
If it, I mean, he knows.
He can bring
He
it
hasn't-
back to him
what,
too.
What were you saying last week? He hasn't had a losing season.
Mike
since
Tomlin
he's been
is-
the head coach.
Yeah,
so
one of the
he knows what
all-time
he's
greats.
doing. So
I'm taking the Jets in this one.
Gotta go with the Steelers.
All right, and
I'll go with Steelers.
after that we got 2 Monday Night Football games again.
Where are we at?
It's the next day.
Oh, that's
So
it.
Ravens versus the Buccaneers.
Oh.
Dude,
Right.
6-2 versus 6-2.
Ravens look real good.
So do my Bucks.
No, they
Come
do.
on.
They do. They really do.
No,
Um,
I can't wait to see this. I'm fired up to see this game.
And that should be a close
It's gonna
game
be.
too.
It's gonna be. Who can? What is our answer going to be for Derrick Henry?
Dude, that's the thing. Every time he's had a big run, they've won a game, and they're
Yeah.
He's
you know.
carrying people.
True.
Die.
He's a Michael Lujan
Yeah,
does.
Michael-
Right?
Yes.
Shout out to Lujan. Great, huge runs
Yeah.
last night when we needed him. Did a wonderful job.
It's in Tampa Bay. I'm
And they're
gonna.
gonna carry on the emotion of beating the snot out of the Saints.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then going home after Hurricane Milton.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna be fired up. Hey, we're
Oh, I'm
home.
taking Tampa Bay.
We're
Tampa
home
Bay. No, you got
Monday
it. Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
It just,
After a
Emotions.
tragedy or after a coach change, I see like there are always the craziest
might be
games.
that one of them. Now we're dealing with Mike Evans' hamstring again, so. But we've got a lot of weapons, and Godwin's starting to step up and take that role from Evans. So we're
How
doing
about
I'll go
okay.
with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
thinking
going with my
Tampa Bay.
Bucks. I got to stick with them.
Cardinals and Chargers.
In
Cardinals
Phoenix,
in Phoenix.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm taking Arizona. It's on
Yeah.
Monday night, dude.
Harrison Jr., Murray.
Yeah, it's at
You
home.
got the big running back Connor.
Bosa's out. LA has lost a lot of players. Both LA Rams and the LA Chargers have lost a ton of players this
they're
year.
hurt.
So
They're banged up. So
I'm taking Arizona on this one.
Arizona.
Cardinals really show up on a Monday night.
Well,
So
dude,
go
they
nuts.
play tough sometimes.
Especially when they're at home.
Yeah, especially.
And it's going to be cool. It'll
Yep.
probably be nice. So they'll probably have the roof open, and it's just going to be wild out there in Glendale.
And that Thursday night game, I'm trying to find
Oh,
it.
Thursday night game.
Yeah, we do. We also covered that Thursday. Oh, Vikings and Rams. That Vikings, duh.
Minnesota.
Even if they don't have their
even if they
starting
get their
quarterback.
guys back, Minnesota,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, that's been all the games. That's pro, that's high school, that's college, that's this weekend. Thank you so much for coming in, Mayor McCaa.
Thank
been
you
a
for
blast,
that,
man.
It's been exciting.
Does
Thank you so
anybody's mayor know as much about football as our mayor? I don't
Challenge.
think so.
Challenge.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah.
Love it though. Love it. And thank y'all for covering the games. Just seeing y'all there. Y'all travel with the team.
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
provide awesome coverage to the people of Cochise County. And thank you for all that y'all do.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We love like your vision is with being mayor and doing things for the kids in this town. And we thank you for all the pictures, and you travel as well.
You've given
all
us
the away games.
We've
and-
got upward trajectory here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Sierra Vista,
Oh,
and
yes, definitely.
you're the figurehead for that. So bless you for that. Like
Thank you,
I
sir.
pray every day for Sierra Vista and Cochise County, and we need dudes like you. We need dudes like Jared, leadership and
Jared's the man.
smart people. No,
Yeah.
like people that care about this community.
Yeah, we care about these
Yeah,
kids.
we
So-
care.
We fight tooth and nail for them, and we'll go to bat for them however we need to, and just seeing the progress within this city and where the vision is going
Yes,
with
sir.
this man, and I think he's going to do some amazing stuff for us in the next 15 years. I'm sure he's going to keep getting reelected. We're going to keep putting him on that ballot. We love to see what he wants to do. I mean, he might want to do one run, but I think he's got about 2 or 3 in him. We'll see. We'll see. I know he wants to enjoy retirement too. Enjoy his kiddos and
Oh yeah,
Kids
they're ASU.
yeah, both kids. That's why I was waiting. I was waiting for the 1-2 punch coming because I knew both kids were at ASU. So
Yeah, we're
All
gonna be purple and gold and maroon when ASU plays U of A, and ASU is gonna stomp them.
that's going to be a
That's
good
not a
game.
good
It's going to be a good game.
That's gonna
this
be a
year.
good game.
Duel in the Desert's going to
Yeah.
be. Woo!
Oh yeah,
It's in Tucson this year,
it's
right?
in Tucson.
Yeah, I'll be at that one. If I have to sit right outside and climb up the wall in Arizona Stadium to watch that game, I'll get
Yeah.
there.
What seats do you have today?
I'm in section 14, south end zone,
Oh, okay.
corner.
The corner.
So right
Over by
right
the
up,
band?
right up, but where they put the away fans.
oh, wait, fan.
Oh, it's gonna be loud.
Me and Coach
Okay.
Keel gonna be right up in there with the Buffaloes.
Okay, all right.
So we'll have some fun.
All right.
Hopefully, especially if we start getting ahead of those guys right away, it's gonna be a lot of
Talks mess.
talking mess or not. We'll have to. We'll just say, hey, field, whatever's on the field talks.
Absolutely.
So
Look at the scoreboard.
yeah, scoreboard exactly. Oh wow.
I know.
Look at that old
that.
lineup
That's
right
the
there.
scariest.
Two tall
Well,
Jones.
you know, we got there was a bunch of comments. I was gonna try and pull them up before we get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
but
Here we go.
21 comments.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, we got a
Can't
bunch
look
of.
at 'em, but
I know. I'm. Anyway, well, thank you all
That's a
for
good
checking
start.
in and being a part of the show. and hanging out with us this morning. And we got some stuff going on this week, so check in with Cool FM. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Cool FM. This is On the Field with Jared Young, Mayor McCaa.
Coach McCaa, you can call him that too. He's part of that staff out there somehow. He's the media.
Yeah.
And
love it.
And photo.
Yeah.
Connoisseur. He's doing everything for these guys and getting great shots, action shots of them. And I love going through all that gallery of every game and seeing all the shots you've taken. And I'm sure you take probably 600-700 shots a game.
Yeah, last night was 900.
Oh!
Last night was 900.
Wow.
I'm going to go home and filter through them.
Yeah.
And post.
That's so cool. Yeah. We can't wait to see that.
That's your mayor. That's your mayor, Sierra Vista.
I'm sure
going through all the games.
Hope you got that pick six when he was catching it.
Man, so let me tell you about that. I was coming because remember they had just scored a touchdown.
Yeah, we just scored.
So I was coming back. I was trying to get my camera set, and here he goes back. I was like, oh goodness.
We were just making some explosive plays.
Yeah,
the explosive plays last night were something to see.
It was so much fun. Watch that replay.
That just happened again.
That just happened again.
Like it was so much repetitive.
The high school students did a great job filming that, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did. I was watching, going back through a little bit of it last night.
They are growing and learning.
That is good.
Yeah.
You got to work on the commentary with those kids up on top of the box.
I can't hear them. That's my problem.
I know. So we'll work on them. We'll have to get them more scripted or something. Give them some.
Yeah, I got eyes on everything.
Terminology to say or something.
I got to put something in my head.
Like I heard one point he said, and Buena got a first down on the 52-yard line. I'm like, where's that at? Where do we have a 52-yard line?
Yeah.
So it's okay. They're kids. We're getting them trained, and they're having a good time.
That's good.
The fun thing
they're learning how to film a game.
One of their students is actually working with us already. She's 15 years old, and she's already working with Cool FM. Going to be putting together her own segments. So.
Oh yeah.
Super talented kids. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Blessings to that school and that staff. So.
That's good. That's good.
Shout out to Buena Film and TV.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Good job.
On the field with Jared and Jon. It's been a pleasure. Mayor McCaa, thanks for coming again, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We all enjoy, and we'll see you guys. Please make it up to Marana. Game of the week. We didn't even talk much about it. Get there. Fill up those stands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could be the region championship. So get out there and come out there and watch your boys take on the Marana Tigers, #1 in the state. Huge game and lots of playoff implications going into that game too.
Hey, we're ranked too. We're ranked up there too.
We should be coming out 8 or 7.
Yeah.
At the new rankings Tuesday. So
if we can get them.
Oh yeah.
We can get them.
Yeah. They're beatable. They only beat Cienega last night.
Sunday, man.
Or any given Friday. 29-7 they beat Cienega last night. So to me that's not much. We can if we come out with the energy we had last night on offense and just keep that momentum, we are going to be a dangerous team to finish.
Mm-hmm.
So go Colts. On the field with Jared and Jon. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.